All right, guys, just wanted to do a quick little technique video after last week, the week of no chalk. So as I was coaching a lot of people through class, I was seeing varying levels of people having a hard time with hanging on to pieces of equipment. So mostly the pull-up bar, but also their other equipment as well. And then people who really weren't affected by the lack of chalk, not because they had their own, which some people had their own, but because of the way that they were gripping the pull-up bar. So what I was seeing is, and I'll kind of show you guys here on a PVC pipe, and then I'll cut to a video up actually on the rig just to show what we're talking about even more in depth, is a lot of this right here. So we've got a thumb wrap on this side of the bar, but what you can see is the pinky is inactive and the pinky meat of my palm is not in contact with, or it's on the close side of the bar, if anything, for folks that were having a really hard time. So you're essentially almost just getting like a hook grip, which is solid. That's a good start, having index, middle finger, and thumb, but your ring finger might be struggling. You might be at 50% power there, and you're at 0% with your pinky. And this can be really tough for folks with smaller hands, but unfortunately we can't change that. They're not getting any bigger. What we need to do is get into a stronger grip position, and that's going to be us reaching our pinky over top of the bar and or trying to get that palm part of our pinky over top of the bar and get locked in. So how do we get there, or what are we going to try to change? And it kind of comes down to before class, during class, after class. Before class, you don't want to burn yourself out if you're on the pull-up bar or you're gripping a barbell. So it might be good to just hop up and get in some hangs, and then just get yourself warmed up, whatever's a good duration, 15, 20-second hangs for a couple of sets with that new grip that we're talking about, right? So we're going to want you to go from here to here. And it may be harder to hold on. You're working harder while you're doing it, but what we're going to be trying to do is strengthen up the hands and especially strengthen up those forearms as well, because that's probably an area that you're lacking strength and is contributing to you struggling on all of your rig skills. During class, whenever we say hop up for a 15-second hang, do 10 scat pull-ups, do 10 kip swings, do 10 hang and twists, you should be in this new grip during the warm-up. Don't just jump up and give it that old sliding off the bar setup. Let's get up there and hold that new, stronger grip. If you do that every day we jump on the bar, you're gonna do it hundreds of times a year, and you're gonna see that improvement. So that's a during the class situation. Also during the workouts, try to do it or start off your workouts with that stronger grip. You will very likely slide back to that old grip that you were heavily relying on chalk and your grips. You don't truly have a strong grip. You just have the skill of chalking up grips and getting them to stick to that pull-up bar, right? So we want you to actually strengthen up your grip. After a workout, if this is when you're gonna work on this, this is where you can go a little bit harder, some longer hangs, maybe some farmer's carries with some heavy dumbbells or kettlebells around the gym, and really burn out the forearms and the grip in a post-workout setting. So I'm gonna cut to some videos of some reps on the rig, just so you guys can kind of see what the difference looks like in action. All right, so getting set up here with the weak pinky not over grip, you can see my inability to press down and back on the bar, and that's coming from a lack of lat engagement through that pinky. So here I'm kind of overdoing it, really wrapping that pinky and not acting, just I'm able to actually press down and away on the bar.